Hi guys, this is Abhishek, and today we'll be setting up a normal application where we'll use the MERN stack. And okay, I'm going to stop there. Um, let's leave that there. We'll be using, wait, not this one. We'll be using a particular guide provided by Brian Gilbreth. I hope I pronounce his name right. It's Brian the astronaut in his GitHub repository. It's a really nice um, documented uh, well README file, which is an awesome source for people who try to um, learn MERN stack. What MERN stands for is, let's just Google it at the moment. What MERN stack stands for is Mongo, Express, React, and Node. And these Redux and Webpack are kind of clubbed together inside React only. But so there are a lot of starter packs, MERN starter packs, and I just wanted to experience and share making a normal starter pack for me so that it's easy for us developers to build something from scratch. Obviously, we won't be building everything from scratch, but we will still get a kind of a very brief idea about what's going on and how it's being built. So, without any further wait, let's just go and use Create React App from Facebook, which is a very nifty and handy tool, which helps us make a very nice and easy React template. So obviously you're going to need Node for this. Uh, well, let's just go and see if get Node from here. Generally, it's better to use the stable recommended version for most users. But if you're feeling a bit, I don't know, lucky or something, you can try the one with the latest features. But this part here is always in beta mode, so things may go wrong. Um, Moving along, if you want to see which node version you have, all you have to do is type node-v, and it's going to show, okay, so I might be feeling a bit more risk here. Sure. Moving along. Now let's just go on and create a React app. Basically, I'm just going to do that on the desktop. And yeah, first let's do that. Uh, let's just create React app, and I'm going to name it MERN, let's say, comments. MERN comment, no, let's go with MERN meant. I don't know what it means, but let's just go with it. So, okay, it cannot contain capital letters. Let's just with MERN meant, right? Let's create that React app, and it's going to take some time. So let's wait for that to finish. Right, so it has completed. I'm just going to go and check if there are any people there in the live chat, but I'll do that later. Let's just finish this. This is the first one, and I hope people don't log in so that I can, just go out there and tell people that I do a lot of online coding, but if they go on and search, they won't find it because I'll remove it if it's bad. Um, let's just cd into it. Cd into the moment. When we cd into it, let's do a yarn start. The yarn is npm on steroids. It's super fast, and that's all I know about it. So when we do that, it's going to start it up, and well, it's going to take us to where did it go? Right. I don't know why it didn't take us there, but let's go to localhost 3000. Yeah, here we go. We see a basic React app. What we're going to do is we are going to close it at the moment. And since we are setting this up, so we'll run subl, opens up my text editor. Here I use Sublime text. Now there are source, and all the source, there's everything there. We're going to delete all of this, and we're going to start from scratch, so that we have the maximum control over our application and how it works. Apart from that, let's just go on and clear up the files and make a better file structure. So we are already in the moment directory. Let's cd into the source, and let's remove app.css, app.js. Oh, no, not app.js, app.test.js. Then there is index.css. Let's just check this much, what's going on. So this is what we'll need, and sure, we'll remove app.js. We'll remove app.js as well. App.js. We are going to remove index.css as well. I hope index is the same thing. Yes, index.css is also there. We are going to remove logo.csv, svg. It was svg, not csv. SVG, and we are not going to need any registered service workers, so we're going to remove that as well. I hope. No, that doesn't work. Register service worker.js. I hope everything is okay, and if we press enter, we have deleted all of them. We're just going to use index.js, and it has cd'd into the src file. Now, in this, we are going to create few files beforehand. We are not going to touch them this time. In this tutorial, we are just going to make the server come to life, and we are not going to touch any of the components. But still, let's make some components. Right. Let's use touch to make a comment box.js. Right, that is there, and we are not going to do anything in React in this tutorial, or in this, like, I don't know. This is not a tutorial. This is just me having an experience and sharing it with all of you. So things can go wrong, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. Let's just move along. We're gonna we are gonna go a little bit different from what the README, the tutorial from, I forgot his name again. Damn it. Brian the astronaut is gonna be. I tweeted to him as well. By the way, check out my Twitter account. It's not that nifty or something, but check out my GitHub profile as well. We'll get to that because I'll be making a GitHub profile. In fact, I'll make it right now. let's make a new repository, and I'm gonna name it, let's name it MERN. What I wanted to do, but npm didn't allow me, so I'm just gonna make a normal MERN repository, and let's just create that. And while we have created, we are gonna npm init it probably at the end. Let's just move along, and since we know that there is a repository that is created, we don't need to create something again. Right. Let's remove index.css. We're not going to need that. Let's remove all of this. But let's import comment box from, right, we are going to import it from commentbox.js. Now, we don't have to provide JS, and we are going to render that here. Cool. This is just a basic file structure which we are setting up. We are not going to be working with it. We are going to work with something else. I'm going to tell what it is. Right now, we are just setting up the file structure. So I'm going to make a directory and use component. I hope the spelling is right. Components or component. Let's use components. Got a nice ring to it since it'll have more than one component. And we're going to cd into it. After doing that, let's create some files named comment.js, comment box we have already created, comment form.js, and last but not the least, comment list.js. We are going to go through everything that is there, but at the moment, let's just create them and forget about them. So we have created the component folder, and inside that all of these JavaScript files, but we are not going to be using them. Okay, now moving along, we are going to create some files, not in the component, not even the src, but in the MERN folder, where we can run our service. So we're gonna create a .git ignore, because I don't want all the npm modules to uploaded in my GitHub profile. Partly because it's not best practice, and also it takes up a lot of like upload data, which is not good. So I'm gonna create a file named .gitignore, then server.js, where we'll configure the server in some moments. Then there'll be data.js, using which we'll fetch the data from the Mongo server which we'll be creating. There will be a README, but some form of README is already given to us by React, but this is far too long. So I'm gonna remove this and just give a normal heading of meant app, right? And having done that, we are going to now install our dependencies. First, let's add module is already there. The tests are already there. So yeah, most of it is already added. We don't have to worry about it. The create React app takes care of that. So the README is done. Let's add the dependencies. Now the dependencies which we are going to add, I'm going to copy them from the basically the guide which we were talking about. We are going to use all of these Axios. I'm not going to read them out because it's just boring. Perhaps if you're interested, you can visit the URL and read about them yourselves. But I'm not gonna, half of the things even I don't know. Like I know what body parse is, I know what express, I've never worked with Axios. I've worked with Mongo. I haven't worked with Mark, Node, Mon, Foreman. I'm going to be learning, and the learning experience would be shared with you because posting live videos of something like this often. So I'm just going to copy this, right, and run it in my command in the terminal, and let's just hope that it works. Yes, it's starting to install. While that happens, let's go back to where we were, where we'll be setting up the server. And at the moment, this won't work, but we don't need that for now. Let's see. Still, it's gonna take a lot of time. So, what to do till then? Okay, still there's a lot, like 70% is done. I don't know, 60, 70, something, some part of it is done. We still have to like install a lot of things. While it's doing that, okay, I think it's already done. Cool. Let's just check that package.json is there. There we go. Package.json is there. All the dependencies are there. Fine. We are ready to kick off and configure our server.js file. Let's just go on and use strict. Right. After doing that, excuse me, let's go on and create the var express and require the express module. What I'm going on about express module from npm. Then we are going to use mongoose. It's not going to be used in this live stream, but probably in the next few streams, I'm going to be bringing that as well. So let's go with mongoose. And we are going to use body parser. This is one of the key things that should be there. Right. And we are going to go with body dash parser. I think it was body dash parser. I don't quite remember. Let's check it out. Yeah, body dash parser. So moving along, body dash parser, right? So we have already required these things. Now we are going to set up our app, which is going to be Express, and we're going to call Express in this app, letting it know that we are running Express using this app variable. And then we are going to define our ports. Define the port. We are going to use this is not really required. You can do that in app.listen, but I'm just going to let's just say I'm going to just check and well, make a separate variable for the port. Now for the port, we are going to do process dot env dot port. Port is generally in caps, or we are going to do that in 3001. Now the reason why we use process.env.port is when you upload it in the server, maybe not all of the time the 3001 port will be open, so we do it in a process.env.port, and generally that's all you need to do for as far as ports are concerned. Now we are going to do the basic I always trip at this word. Initialization. Initialization. Let's just go with basic in it. while doing that, we are going to do with app.use. See, these are the basic and the most fundamental lines which you have to add in any particular app. So there's not really a point in getting to know these, but there will be other, tutorials where you will probably the the one who is giving that tutorial will explain that the teacher there. Let's just go with this normally, and body parser dot URL encode it, and inside that we are going to pass extended is true. Just take care of the indentation a little bit there, and having done that, we are going to close it. Now, when we have closed it, let me see if everything is done. Right. We are going to do app.use, and we are going to use bodyparser.json. Bodyparser.json. So now we have done most of the initialization. There we go, I said it. Initialization. Cool. Are. I might have to just pause. Yeah, so sorry about that. I had get my food from. They came and I don't know how to pause it. So embarrassing moment number one. Probably I've already said a lot of embarrassing things. So embarrassing moment number, enter a generic number there. Let's just move on because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm already feeling a lot of flustered out. Let's do that. App.listen. App.listen. Let's just we are going to set up the app basically. App.listen, and listen takes two parameters. One is the port, which we have already defined as a variable here, and the next is the callback. The callback, we are going to get a res.rec. I don't think we get a res or rec. No, we don't get anything. That is in the app.get thing. And we are just going to console.log here. Console.log that you backticks the app is running on port hopefully that's going to work. And if everything goes well, we shouldn't see any error if we run node app, not app, that was server.js. Sure, so the app is running. Let's just get out of that for the moment. Yeah, so we are going to do our first get request, and let's just go and get on with the basic get request. Request. Now we're going to go app.get, and this will have two parameters. The first is the route that we want to go to get this request, and the next will be a callback function, which will have a request as well as a response. And at the moment, we're not going to do anything supremely flashy with this, but we're just gonna go and say res.json, and we are going to return that the message is the API is working. You want to set up an API. I guess that should be it. And if everything happens in a smooth manner, we will cut short our tutorial. Not tutorial. Why do I keep saying tutorial? Our experience come video share right here. So let's just go on and rerun node server.js, and the app is running now. If I go to localhost 3001, we get the message, the app is working. So the server is set up. In the next video, we will take care of the front-end part a little bit, and then probably we'll start working with MongoDB, and I'll have to set up Mongo in a certain way, so we will do that as well. But nothing is complete, right? Remember that not all of the work is complete until unless you put it in the cloud, because you need to put it in the cloud. The reason being, once my MacBook crashed and I couldn't access any of these files, but because these files were up in cloud in GitHub, and some of them were in Google Drive, so I could just install the basic packages which I wanted to install, which I had to install, and then just run them. And it took me like 20 to 30 minutes to set up and get back to the way I was before. So we're going to go do a git init, and we have initialized this repository. We are going to do a git add, and we're going to add everything at the moment. We're going to go git commit -m, and let's just say, what shall we name the first commit? So it's set up. So it's set up, right? Cool. Right. Now, what we can do is we have to set up the remote. And to do that, I'm just going to copy this git remote add origin. I'm just going to add the remote origin to the repository which is there. And having done that, I'm going to do a git push -u origin master. Yeah. So it has started writing, and it has uploaded most of our code, if not all of it. All of it, not most of it. We should see a nice markdown. Wow, that moment app. This is amazing. So we will. I mean, I will do most of the coding in this part, and get to next tutorial. Again, I said tutorial. Next videocom experience. That sounded bad. Videocom coding experience. Yeah, okay. Videocom coding experience. Check out my GitHub profile, and check out my website as well, my portfolio website, which is Abhishek abhishek71994.github.io, and there you can check out my GitHub profile, my LinkedIn, Facebook, yada yada. Cool about me, my experiences, my education, the projects which I've done, and my skill set. I have to update the projects because recently I won a hackathon, and I want to put it up there because, come on, it doesn't like bragging. So yeah, that's about it. So this is me saying bye-bye.